Excuse me, Mr. Armor?
Mr. Armor. Oh. Hello and welcome back to First Time Watching. This is your host, Nate. Today I'm going to be reacting to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood episode 30. So let's get right into it. Make sure you smash that subscribe and like. Really appreciate it. Let's do this.
So you've decided to become a soldier after all? That's all the proof I need. You're not ready to learn flame alchemy.
It's the only thing left. I mean, haven't I already mastered the fundamentals of alchemy?
Of course you have, now that I know who you plan on using it for.
Oh.
But alchemy should be used for the people, shouldn't it? The military needs alchemists. It's a matter of defending our homes. If we don't help
I'm
them...
tired of hearing that vile rhetoric.
There's no reason for a man of your stature to suffer in this kind of squalor. If you would simply join the military, you could get grants for your research. You finished your research?
I've created the most powerful alchemy. It would only cause tragedy if I placed it in the wrong hand. We alchemists are hungry creatures. We must continue the hunt for knowledge as long as we live.
Master!
He's done.
Are you alright? Master Hawkeye!
Look after
Master Hawk.
my daughter. She's in possession of my research.
Whoa! His master was Hawkeye's father. Yo, that's so cool.
You've done
No
so
wonder.
much. I don't think I can ever thank you enough.
It's the least I could do, after everything he's taught me.
It's young Roy and young
Let me
Riza.
guess. You also don't approve of me becoming a soldier. Your father told me soldiers are left to die like trash on the side of the road. It's the only way to make a difference. And I know I'll never be happy if I don't try to make this country a better place. Man, that must have sounded pretty childish, huh?
Not at all. There's nothing childish about caring. Can I
He
trust
does.
you, Roy? With my father's research?
Wow, she just gives it to him like that. Well, there you go. That's how it worked out. Oh my god.
Looks like things got pretty serious.
Yeah, but I didn't use it. I didn't have to. I couldn't pull the trigger. It's pathetic, huh? You know, Scar, I found out he murdered Winry's parents. She could have shot him. But deep down, I knew that would be wrong. Next thing I knew, I stopped her. But I honestly think she would have shot him if I hadn't been there. And it's my fault. I've got no resolve. I only managed to make things worse.
You're just dwelling on this stuff because you made it back alive. You need to stay focused on living. That's how you'll help Winry.
I agree with that.
I mean, after all, you love her, don't you?
He just got called out.
It's not like that!
Yes, you
We've just
do.
been friends since we were little kids, and she's like family to me. I'm gonna protect her, you know? I've gotta ask, does it ever feel like a burden to you?
But I've killed too many to feel sorry for myself. Besides, I can't deny that I'm the one who chose this path.
Do you mean Ishval? Can I ask you about that? Would it be alright?
I didn't realize she was there.
It's time to confess.
Hey.
Tell me your sins. What did you do to my people?
Yeah, I want to hear. Alright,
Ishval
we're
is
getting
a
that
harsh and
backstory.
barren country. Considering the terrain, it's not surprising that it would give birth to such a stringent religion. Or that its people would be so earnest and resolute. It's only natural that a faction of the population would protest the country's annexation by Amestris. Their mistrust was soon justified. Their mistrust turned to outrage, and dissidence spread like a contagion. And the fighting lasted 7 long years.
7-year war.
Until a simple one-page document determined the Ishvalan's fate. Executive Order 3066. The official order to initiate the Ishvalan War of Extermination. It was like hell on earth. The air was tainted with the smell of human decay, and the desert sand soaked up the blood like a sponge. Most combat is blind.
Issues.
A normal soldier might fire erratically without a clear target in mind.
Yeah.
It's different for snipers.
For a sniper.
Someone is sure to die when we pull the trigger.
That's right.
Where other soldiers don't always have a direct line of sight on the effects of their actions. Snipers do. And, of course, the state alchemists.
Yeah.
Listen here. I am the Iron Blood Alchemist, Boss Grog. Now stand down. I am the only man able to take the lead in this battle.
He was a cool alchemist.
Hey, Roy! Roy Mustang! So you got deployed too. Well, it's good to see you. Although, you've changed since the last time I saw you.
I could say the same, Hughes. You have the eyes of a killer.
Yeah.
They both do.
Look at this country. It's not exactly the future we imagined when we were at the academy.
Captain, you have a letter.
Oh, thank you.
What?
What's wrong? I've still got a beautiful future.
Aww.
Her name is Gracia. She's patiently waiting at Central for the day I can come home. Oh, how long before some jerk puts the moves on her?
Oh, God.
Gracia would never do that to me.
Hughes, I got a little advice for you. It happens in movies and novels all of the time. The soldiers who never shut up about their girls back home, they don't make it.
Not funny, Roy. This letter is all I need. I can think about tomorrow again. Even if this damn battlefield might not let me see it.
No matter how much military force we throw at it, the desert seems to just suck it up like water. All of this destruction. For what purpose? All that's left is sand.
That's the reason.
Hello, Major Mustang. Long time no see. Do you still remember me?
God.
Damn this war. Even her. She has the eyes of a killer, too.
I wonder what's up with the tattoo on her back. And the scar as well.
Why are we being ordered to kill citizens when we should be the ones protecting them? I thought alchemy was meant to be used to help people. So why is it being used to kill them instead?
Because that's the job we state alchemists have been given to do. You ask why we're here killing these people instead of protecting them? Because this is a war and that's what soldiers do. But can you honestly tell me, in that split second when you take down an enemy, you don't allow yourself to feel the slightest tinge of satisfaction and pride in your skills?
That's enough, Kimberly.
I'll tell you what
What a
I don't
dick.
get. Did you people expect something different? The one thing worse than death is to avert your eyes from it. Look straight at the people you kill. Don't take your eyes off them for a second. And don't ever forget them. Because I promise that they won't forget you.
Even though he's a dick, that is kind of true.
Hughes, can you tell me why you fight?
It's simple. I don't want to die. That's the only reason. The reasons are always simple.
What the hell is the reason for this war? The reason? There is one. But it's worse than you can imagine.
Let's hear it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Made a philosopher's stone.
You took the lives of my people to create a philosopher's stone? What happened to this stone? It was given to Major Zolf J. Kimberly. He was known as the Crimson Alchemist.
Whoa.
Did you see what this man looked like? Did he have black hair and cold eyes? Yes.
That was him.
Brother, that single stone turned the battle around.
What a beautiful sound. It doesn't get any better than that. This land that's governed by death, I will paint it red with this shard of destruction.
Oh
I
god.
couldn't dream of a more fulfilling job. Such a beautiful sound! Like a symphony! This stone is amazing!
It's ironic. The stone's powered by the deaths of the Ishvalans.
With
They
no other
surrendered.
options, the Ishvalans surrendered. The High Priest of Ishvala, Lo, offered himself to the Fuhrer on behalf of his people.
You're asking me to take your life in place of the remaining tens of thousands of Ishvalans. How arrogant of you. Do you sincerely believe that your single life is equivalent to the remaining multitude of your followers? The life of any individual human is only worth one life. Your life is not enough to call off the extermination.
How can you be
Whoa.
so inhuman?
You will suffer the hammer of God!
God, you say? How much longer do you think your God plans to wait before unleashing his fury? Just how many thousands of lives must I take before he decides to strike me down?
You're a monster!
God is nothing more than a construct created by man to inspire fear and promote order.
True.
See me struck down for all these atrocities. Use your own hands to do so, not God's.
The war soon ended, and we were all discharged and returned to our homes.
Now we know. We really are as expendable as garbage to them.
But that doesn't matter. With what little strength I have, I'll do whatever it takes to protect the people I love. They'll protect the ones they love. It seems like the least we tiny humans can do for each other. So you've decided to take this path after all, even after what you went through in Ishval.
Yes, sir. The world truly operates based on the principles of equivalent exchange. Then we soldiers have plenty to give back.
Yes.
It is our duty to carry the bodies of the dead across a river of blood to their resting place.
True.
From now on, I'm assigning you to be my assistant. I feel like I can trust you to watch my back. I expect you understand what this means. You'll be able to shoot me in the back as well. If I ever deviate from this path, then I want you to shoot me. Do you accept my offer?
Of course I do, sir. I'll follow you into hell if you ask me to. The first thing we'll have to do is restore power to the Parliament. We'll take it back from the military and make it democratic again. Only after the full extent of the military's corruption has been brought to light can this country move forward. While those who were praised as heroes during the Ishvalan campaign will be brought to trial as war criminals. After all that we've done, we'll be seen as mass murderers.
And the Colonel is trying to make sure this happens? Isn't that just like committing suicide? But the homunculi were the ones pulling the strings. They caused the Civil War.
Even if they were the ones responsible for it, we were the soldiers who carried it out. You should never avert your eyes from death. Never forget the people you've killed. Trust me. No matter how much time passes, they will never forget the ones who killed them. You don't have time to start worrying about us. Your hands are already full. You need to get your bodies back. You better get to it. You got plenty of people waiting for that day.
Ed probably shouldn't get his arm and leg back, because they've been so helpful to him.
Excuse me, Mr. Armor?
Mr. Armor. Oh, so
My
cute.
name's not Mr. Armor. It's Alphonse Elric.
Your name is Elric?
You remember Edward Elric, don't you?
So you're his younger brother, huh? You probably look just like him then.
How rude! For starters, I am way taller than my brother is, and I don't have a mean face like him. I'm a gentleman.
I really hope that you get your body back soon.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hope you're decent, Doc. Time for your supper.
Oh,
It sure is quiet in here. Are you thinking about Ishval and crying yourself to sleep?
where is he? Whoa! Vengeance. Holy shit! Oh my god. So, Scar destroyed that man. He not only, like, made him, like, for the most part, when Scar kills people, he just, like, blots them. Like, I don't know, like, they just sort of, like, bleed from everywhere and then die. But they don't, like, lose appendages or anything. He, like, destroyed... Like, the only thing I could see was a leg. Like, I think I saw a foot sticking out, and the rest was just, like, an empty shirt and an empty pair of trousers. Interestingly enough, that makes me wonder I mean, it could be a Maria Ross situation where no body equals no, well, not no body, there was a body, but I mean, no exact proof of death means maybe he's not actually dead. Possibly to repay the sin, he cut off his leg or something and then painted that on the wall and then took him out with him. Possibly, I don't know. That's an interesting thought. But, we won't go down that road. We'll just assume Scar killed the Doctor. I mean, Scar would be kind of within his rights to do so, because that is fucked. We've just found out that they sacrificed Ishvalan people to create a Philosopher's Stone in order to power up Kimberly, who then pretty much ended the war single-handedly by himself, simply because with the power of the Philosopher's Stone and his own power, he was able to force Ishval to surrender. And, oh my god, that scene where, Wrath, or the Fuhrer calls out the High Priest of Ishval for, he turned himself in, and as you would think, the leader of a religion or something, you would say that they would, if the head is cut off, type thing, then the followers would disband type. But Wrath just says that it doesn't matter what your status is. I don't care if you're the head priest. I don't care if you're a beggar. One human life is worth one human life. Doesn't matter. And I mean, when the high priest was talking about, God will smite you down and type thing, it kind of is true. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm sort of on the fence of atheism / agnostic, I guess. So there could be a God, but the fact that God gives with one hand and takes with the other is just, I really can't get behind that, and I tend to agree that God was created in order to inspire fear and to control people, basically. And I mean, it's great because the idea of God can also inspire positivity and change in people's lives. So I think that it's a necessary thing, but I don't necessarily believe in it. So, but yeah, it just in the context of this show, it's exactly that. I mean, their God has allowed this to happen, where they've just come in and slaughtered thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, and they threaten that their God will smite him down. Nah, it's not happening. If he was going to get smitten, he would have been smote hundreds of thousands of lives ago. Because, yeah, they have basically killed all but, I think they said just a few tens of thousands left. And yeah, it's kind of almost pitiful that they're threatening that their God will do something, because they themselves cannot do anything, which Wrath then called out. He said, don't rely on your gods, come and get me yourself, which, it's a fair call out. They couldn't do anything, and that's how it ended. And then we had that little moment where Ed... So, last episode, Ed said that he was going to Riza's, to Hawkeye's place, to return the gun. And he has returned it now. She's cleaning it. And she's recounting this story, as is Dr. Marco. So it was sort of a shared storytelling episode. But yeah, we got to see Roy, fresh babyface Roy, without the look of having murdered people in his eyes, and also without the dark tone in his voice. Like, he's always sort of, what's going on? But Before that time, he was a real sort of, he kind of sounds like an upstart youth type guy, like, you know, like, oh, what's going on, master? type thing. But yeah, it's interesting to see that sort of character development, and wow, finding out that Riza was his master's daughter. So no wonder he also sort of has that connection to her. They have that background of knowing each other before they were even in the military. So that was very interesting. I loved seeing Riza in the wall. I didn't love it, but I mean, it was interesting to see that she was there as well. I had no idea she was part of that, because she's not an alchemist. I wonder how I guess she's just a military sort of, you know, not state alchemist, just military personnel, like army unit. But yeah, that little ending part was cool. I'm glad that we saw that. Next episode doesn't have an ending sequence, but the one after will. So we'll see that at the end of this week when this video comes out. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. That was Fullmetal Alchemist episode 39. You guys have a... I said 39. It's episode 30. What am I saying? Anyway, you guys have a fantastic day. Make sure you smash that subscribe and like button. I'd really appreciate it. Take care.